off the range today. Today I'm on my way down to the Sharonville Convention Center to set up for the C&E gun show. Yeah, it's a gun show weekend time. I gotta go work and make some money. Patriot Shit Outfitters hasn't been freaking cutting the mustard for the last couple of months, so I've had to pick up some extra events to subsidize the income to keep Therapy Range going. Sadly enough, therapyrange.com hasn't been doing hardly anything in sales. But that's probably my fault. I've not really been promoting the products that I sell on Therapy Range very much. I've been pushing more towards the videos. Today I wanted to just basically do a recap on the video that I shot last week, talking about using .22 long rifle for self-defense or home defense. It's wild to me how many people wanted to debate this and argue with me about it on whether 22s were good enough for home defense or self-defense. And I will be the first to admit any gun is better than no gun, as long as it's not a Jennings. Jennings, those suck. They're really bad. Really, really bad. Of course, there's people that'll argue with me about that too. But, the reason that I went with the 22s are no good for self-defense or home defense is predominantly because they're just an underpowered round. Will they poke holes in a son of a bitch? Absolutely. Absolutely. The downside of it is that because they lack enough mass to create critical damage on impact, the target may not go down as quickly as you need it to. And that's the real, let's picture some scenarios. You're sitting there watching TV and you happen to have your pistol laying right there with you, and somebody busts in your door. You pull that pistol up and you put 10 rounds in their chest. Are they going to die? Probably. There's a good probability, because when the panic and adrenaline set in, you didn't put in their chest. You put a couple in their chest, and one in the neck, and one in the stomach, a couple in the stomach, maybe one in the groin, missed a couple because you're all panicked and you're just slinging lead to get the threat to go away. The problem with that is that he didn't go down immediately anyway. He's going to go down eventually. All them holes that you poked in him is going to cause blood loss. Those 22s, when they exploded, when they hit his chest plate, little fragments of 22 just went all over the place. So there's all kinds of damage done to the suspect or the perpetrator or the attacker, whatever you want to call them. There's a lot of damage that has been done, but it's not catastrophic damage. So basically, unless you hit a lights out shot with your 22, you get one through the heart, you get one through the dome piece. But there's a plethora of stories out there that you can go and Google of people that have survived 22s to the head. One of the comments that I've seen a lot of is that 22s is the most commonly used round in crimes, violent crimes, even for self-defense. It's quite frequently the most commonly used round in any kind of shooting. The problem here is that they don't die. If you look at the statistics from it, the majority of the people that die from 22s were suicides. They shot themselves in the head at point blank range, and that's enough. That'll get her done. But there's not a lot of room for margin of error in that way of thinking either. Point blank to the dome, it's going to go in and it's going to poke a hole through your dome. And you're going to die. But it doesn't change the fact that the majority of the people that get shot with a 22 do in fact survive from it, with, in many cases, little long-term effects. 22s don't ballistically do what the urban legends tell people that they do. That idea that it goes in your chest and comes out your pinky toe, that's nonsense. It's urban legend nonsense. Lead is soft. When lead hit bones, it either smashes out flat or it explodes into a bunch of little pieces. That's what 22s do. They don't really bounce around. Maybe a 22 short, if you put it point blank on somebody, it might bounce around inside their head, but what difference does it make whether it bounces around inside their head or not? Because if you put a hole through their brain, odds are they're going to be deceased. Not many people survive freaking brain shots. But what is a likely outcome is that bullet hits the head, hits the skull, goes underneath the skin, hits the skull, and veers around and comes out the other side and never actually even penetrated the skull. May have cracked the skull, may cause some brain swelling, may even cause some brain bleeding, but it's not catastrophic enough to make that person lay down right then. Not at all like if that same scenario plays out and that person busts in your front door and you bring up a 45 ACP and put 10 of those rounds in their chest. Whether you all hit all 10 in the chest or not, you can put a couple in the chest, one in the neck, a couple in the sternum, maybe one in the groin. And because of the mass of the 45 ACP, or even a 40 or a 10 millimeter or a 357 or a 38 or even a 9 mil or a 380, you're going to get way more catastrophic damage than what you're going to get from 22. You know, at that 45, the mass that the 45 brings to the table is in most cases enough to knock a normal man off his feet. It's like getting hit in the chest with a baseball bat. And when it goes in, because it will puncture that chest plate, because it will go through and come out the back, it's creating tremendous amounts of catastrophic damage. When that hollow point opens up on a 45 and it starts to fragment, you're getting tremendous energy transfers into the body, into the organs, little shreds of metal just ripping everything apart. Way more effective. You know, 9 mil, 380 is going to be way more effective than a 22. Sorry, not sorry. It's just the way it is. You know, and like I said, I had a lot of people pushing back, especially over on Rumble, wanting to argue with me. Oh, my 22, or on Gab it was, they wanted to argue with me. My 22, blah, 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 I carry my 22, you know. And like I said, if that's what you got, that's what you got. It's that simple. If that's what you have, that's what you have. You know, I'm not trying to shame. Whoa, what the hell just happened there? My camera just, whoa, what the hell is going on? My camera freaking out on me. Whoa, it's doing it again. What the hell's going on with my phone? But yeah, like I was saying, if that's all you've got, then that's all you've got, and I won't shame you for that. There's no shame in just having a 22. It'll get the job done. Will it get the job done immediately and as effectively as you need it to be done? Because if that son of a bitch comes to that door and you shoot him with a 22 and he doesn't expire immediately, who's to say that son of a bitch ain't gonna pull a gun or a knife out and cause harm to you while you're trying to get your shit together to reload, to be able to put more rounds on target? It's just something to think about. Like I said, they just don't go down immediately. You know, unless you get a lights out shot, which is what we would all hope to get. That's what we practice for. That's what we train for, is to be able to put effective rounds on target immediately. But there's one thing that as civilians that we don't never get to train for, and that we don't never get to prepare for. And that's actually shooting a living person. You don't get to train for that. There is no training available to be able to practice how you're going to handle yourself in a real life or death situation until you're there, until you're living that situation. There's absolutely no training that you can do to prepare yourself for that. So that's why I would suggest going with a bigger caliber gun, unless that's all you have. If all you have and that's all you can obtain is a 22, for whatever reason, money's tight, life's hard, and all you can get a hold of is a 22, then kudos to you for at least trying. I would definitely look into upgrading though. You know, 22s have their place. They really do. I mean, I personally own lots of 22 guns. I bet you if I counted them, I probably own at least 8 or 9, maybe 10, 20 very different variations of 22s. They're fun guns. They're even great to train with. For me personally, I carry a Glock 19, so I bought a Glock 44 that's chambered in 22 long rifle. So I can go out and train and not break my bank account, being able to practice getting effective shots on targets. So in that aspect, 22s are amazing. You know, they're great for a lot of hunting many hunting applications. Varmints, they're good for varmints, coyotes, and raccoons, possums. You know, you want to eat some squirrel or rabbit. 22s are amazing because they don't mangle the meat so bad that there's nothing left to eat. Lots and lots of things that 22s are great for. I just don't think they're great for home or self-defense. You know, for personal defense, I carry a 9, but I'm a big fan of the 45. I don't carry the 45 because it's just too damn heavy and it doesn't supply me with enough bullets to make me feel comfortable. I like my Glock 19 for what I lack in mass. I make up for in capacity. Granted, my 9s don't hit as hard as those 45s, but damn it, I got 17 of them in the gun. You know, like I said, for what I lack in knockdown power, I can make up for it in capacity and continue to keep hitting you over and over and over until I get the desired results. I don't carry a gun because I want to hurt anybody. I carry a gun as a deterrent to keep people from hurting one another, just like most anybody else out there that carries a gun does. But if I have to use it, I want the most effective means available to take down the threat. And 22s, I'm sorry guys, are just not it. Even your 22 mags, you know, the 22 mag is a huge upstep from the 22. You can still do better. You can still do better. You know, I hear a lot of guys talking about carrying the Ruger 5.7, or no, the FN 5.7, the Ruger 57. I got to say those right. Those guns have lots and lots of zip behind them, but from what I've seen in my ballistics testing is that they overpenetrate more times than not. Just like a 22 being a negative as underpenetrating, that 5.7 round overpenetrates a lot, and you might find yourself with inadvertently hurting someone that wasn't on the list. Just some stuff to think about, guys. I want to give a big thanks to everybody that helped out with the Gundies. No, we're not participating in the Gundies this year, but that's okay. We live and we learn, and we come back next year bigger, badder, and stronger. So in order to do that, I need everybody that watches the video to hit the subscribe button. 97% of the people that are watching are still not subscribed, and that hurts my heart. It hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. You're watching the content, but you can't help me build the channel up any? Come on. Come on. It's your therapist. He needs your help. I'm here for you. You can be here for me on this little bitty thing. I'm going to do a giveaway here soon. I've got a giveaway going on now over on Rumble, but yet again, it's going over like a turd in a punch bowl. Rumble, I like Rumble. It's just I don't have enough subscribers over there yet, so it's a little hard to get anything going. But I'm going to look around for a pew-pew to give away this weekend at the gun show. If I can find a deal, I can pick up something that I can afford to just give away, I'm going to do a giveaway on the Rumble channel. I'm really, really wanting everybody to go over and check out Rumble. YouTube can kiss my balls. You know, they gave me that warning strike a couple of weeks ago, and my views have just went to shit. My shorts don't get put on the shelf no more, so I don't get none of those awesome plays that anybody else gets by making shorts now. I've made 3 of them now since the warning strike came, and I think all 3 of them together might have 150 views, where my shorts used to get 2,000 or 3,000 views. So YouTube's throttling me back way hard. I can look at the analytics and see that I'm not coming up in people's recommended or suggested videos. So I'm just going to keep right on pushing harder and harder and harder for Rumble. Rumble just get a facelift on their interface last night. It looks a lot sharper. If you're a creator and you use Rumble, go check it out. They did some new stuff over there. And I guess that's all I've got for you guys today. I'm only about 5 minutes from the gun show. I'm going to smoke a cigarette and collect my thoughts. And live your life to the fullest, guys. Anything less is an injustice to yourself and every single person around you. It's going to be a good weekend at the gun show. I got a truckload of Paul's Perfect Pickles that we're bringing down. It's the wildest shit, man. The damn pickles and banana bread that the old lady's been making and the pickles that I make have really been the only thing that we've been able to sell very much of for the last couple of months. Biden economy is just fucking killing my businesses. It is. It's just killing my businesses. But I will survive. Stay free, America. We'll talk again soon.